Hello and welcome back to FM22 in the beta. It is Swansea City, and as you can see, we're on the 16th of October, and we are literally mid-table. We are the most mid-table you could possibly be, unless maybe also Blackpool are also exactly in the middle of the table. Do make sure as well that you have hit the subscribe button if you are enjoying these episodes. You can also hit the like button. You can stick your comments down in the comments section below. I will be trying to respond to every single one of them when I get the chance to. But anyway, let's get on with the episode. Since the last episode, we have played 2 further matches and drawn 2 further matches. We are not scoring goals. This is the problem that I'm finding. I don't know whether it's FM22, me, Swansea, I don't know, but we are not scoring goals at all, really. A 0-0 draw against Fulham and a 1-1 draw against Derby County, and the goal came from Nabil Bentaleb from the penalty spot. Obviously, 12th place in the table today. It's going to be a Wales derby and a game against West Brom. It's 22nd and 6th. The starting lineup for the Cardiff game. We are going for a 5-2-3. It's going to be the tiki-taka. I've done a couple of little tweaks. I can't remember off the top of my head because I did them a while ago. But I think I've changed Wilshere and Dos Santos to be attacking rather than supporting. Arguably, we probably should have you on attack as well because we don't have enough attacking threat. That's my opinion. It's going to be Bender, Williams, Bennett and Friedel at the back. Ethan Laird and Manning on the wing-back positions. Downs and Cham in the middle. Dos Santos, Wilshere and Liam Cullen today is going to be our starting striker because basically Joel Pirro doesn't score goals anyway. We're also not having Michael Obafemi because if we scroll down, he's picked up an injury. He's going to be out for 1 day, so he'll be back in time for the West Brom game. He's the only person scoring goals. Not only is this obviously a South Wales derby, but it is also a winnable game. 22nd place Cardiff find themselves. We're obviously mid-table. They do not seem to win games. They certainly don't seem to win games. Maybe this is something we need to try. Maybe go 2 up front. Possibly having wing-backs and wingers might not be too beneficial. Have I just suddenly stumbled across something here? 8 minutes on the clock, and luckily for us, we've stolen the ball. I thought that was going to be a Cardiff attack. It's all the way back to Bennett, the central defender, who I've noticed, whoever plays in central defence, always plays badly. I've never got a decent rating out of them. It's found Ethan Laird on that right-hand side. That is a very good bit of control, and it's a penalty. That has to be a penalty. Don't believe there's any VAR in the Championship, which means it is a penalty. Who is stepping up? It is Liam Cullen, I think, the striker. It is Liam Cullen, left-footed penalty into the back of the net. 9 minutes on the clock. We take the lead in the South Wales derby. And that goal as well throws us all the way up to 8th place in the table. We've dropped down to 12th, basically, because this is a game in hand, technically. When I showed you the league table earlier, everyone else had played. So there's been one highlight in this match, and it was a penalty and a goal. And I mentioned earlier that whoever plays in the centre of defence plays poorly. Bennett is on a 6. It's up to a 6.6. He was down at 6.3, wasn't he? We have not really done a huge amount. I'm going to say I don't like what I see. It's fired up a few people. Cullen, obviously, he's on a 7-1, but that's because of the penalty. That's all it is. Ethan Laird with a throw for us in a decent position. Downs back to Laird, crosses it in. Bennett's there. Why is Bennett so far forward? He's our centre-back. Why is he so far forward? It's gone to Williams. Right-hand side is Ethan Laird once again. Loads and loads of space to run into, and he's going to do so. Can he get his cross in? 2 in the middle. Cullen's there. It's fallen to Giovanni Dos Santos. And Giovanni Dos Santos has scored his first ever goal for Swansea. It's been a long time coming, but Dos Santos is finally on the score sheet. I'd like to point out as well, Jack Wilshere and Dos Santos have now both scored goals for us. Wilshere's goal, I'll show you it after this match, but Wilshere's goal was pretty spectacular. Everyone seems to be playing really well, apart from Manning. Also, what's going on with that? Right, there we go. Right, Manning, he is on a 6.1 for some reason. We are going to bring on, as a left-back, Nabil Bentaleb. Hear me out. He can probably do it. He's left-footed. He's played as a right-back as well. I'm playing Nabil Bentaleb as a utility man, okay? Dos Santos with a corner for us. It's towards the middle. It's a header clear. I think that was Kiefer Moore, the striker. Friedel collects it. I think Friedel's been a reasonable signing so far, and as I say that, he gives the ball away straight to Kiefer Moore. Goes backwards to Nelson. He's going to go all the way back, isn't he? Brown now with the ball. Long ball over the top. Friedel is going to collect it. Now, the Austrian. Find Nabil Bentaleb, the former Spurs man. Long ball towards the middle. Straight again to a blue shirt. Kiefer Moore tries to intercept it. Does Nabil Bentaleb, and he's just slid the ball straight to Sang. Sang's going to go down the right. Bentaleb's following him every step of the way. Cross comes in. It's gone through 3 of our players, and James Collins has scored. Well, hopefully that doesn't really change the result. It is still 2-1. We've obviously got a couple more subs that we can do. Bentaleb, he's on a 6.3, not doing too much better than the player we brought off. We're going to bring on Jay Fulton for Flynn Downs. Do we also do Joel Pirro? I think we do. We'll do Pirro for Cullen up front, and hopefully we can get ourselves one final chance. Probably not, though. It's going to be 2-1 in Swansea against Cardiff, and it's going to move us up to 7th place in the Championship, just 2 points off of a playoff spot. That is actually pretty good. 6 matches unbeaten, and up to 7th place. I mean, it's an important win as well. I didn't realise Cardiff, if we have a quick look, their manager, Steve Morrison, is the caretaker manager. So they've just sacked whoever was their boss, and we've kicked them while they were down. I said I was going to do it. Let's take a look at this Jack Wilshere goal. Assisted as well by Giovanni Dos Santos. Hopefully, this is going to work. So the ball is played back to Cooper. Forward to Ncham. Dos Santos to Wilshere. First time shot, left-footed as well, into the back of the net against Birmingham in the Carabao Cup. Ultimately, it meant nothing. We won the game, but then we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup at the next stage against Reading, and it was a 2-0 defeat. But Jack Wilshere's goal was pretty good. Match number 2 then, West Brom, once again playing at the Liberty Stadium, so we are at home. We have tweaked some little bits, and I don't know whether it's going to work. We've changed Bennett, who is the central defender, to a libero, because I can never get a good performance out of the central defender. Manning, who's going to be our left-back, is going to be a wing-back on attack. Wilshere I've dropped to be an advanced playmaker on support. Michael Obafemi, who's going to be returning to the starting 11, is going to be a pressing forward on support rather than on attack. We do have Ncham, who is currently a central midfield automatic. This might be a box-to-box? Do we do that? Is that something... Do we want a ball-winning midfielder and a box-to-box? Or do we want somebody... Yeah, because we've got Wilshere as the playmaker. It's not going to work. So, it's going to be Bender, Williams, Bennett and Friedel at the back. Laird and Manning as the wing-backs. Downton and Cham in the middle. Patterson, Wilshere and Obafemi will be our strike threat today. I want to play Joe Worrell. Is Joe Worrell any good as a libero? Weirdly, yes. 3 stars. Right, hopefully we don't embarrass ourselves. I'm not expecting a win here. West Brom have just won a match 5-1 in the last set of fixtures. So hopefully today we can just... if we win, a 1-0 would be nice. Obviously, I want to score some goals. It would be lovely to have some highlights and shots, maybe. 5 minutes left of the first half, and we've had no highlights. West Brom have had 2 chances. We've had 2 chances. And at half-time, it is 0-0 with very little going on. Literally, nothing happened up until there. Literally, 30 minutes in, nothing had gone on. I'm going to thrash arms. I'm far from pleased, because I didn't see anything. Patterson, as well, isn't having a particularly good game. Obafemi returning from his injury, not doing particularly amazing either. Interestingly, Joe Worrell, as a libero, is on a 7.0. Corner comes in from West Brom, and the ball's found its way into the back of the net. It's Semi Ajayi. It's 1-0 to West Brom. It's taken nearly an hour for the first highlight, but it is also the first goal of the game as well. And I feel like that's probably game over. Unless we change it up. No, we're not having Joe Worrell playing as an advanced playmaker. If we do that, we bring on Morgan Whittaker as a left winger. Do we do any other changes? Manning isn't doing too much either. But, if we got right back on the bench. We don't have a right back on the bench. I think we go for that. We're going to go gegenpress. We're going to try and force the issue. Try and get ourselves back into this game. Try and get some highlights. Free kick for Manning to take. It's Whittaker there. It's gone over everybody. Whittaker is closing it down though. And does collect the ball. 70th minute. Can he cross it in? He does. Finds Patterson at the front post. Plays it back to Whittaker once again. 3 in the middle. Friedel collects it. And oh my word, what an absolute rocket that was from the fullback. But it goes over the bar. I say fullback. He's a centre-back, isn't he? Now, I don't know whether this is because it's the beta or because it's me or Swansea, but this is potentially the second game where we're going to have 0 shots on target. Header clear, finds Mowat. We've got 4 minutes of normal time plus injury time. Mowat's going to take his time with the ball. Diang kicks it long over the top. Grant's going to get there first, and Grant hits it over the bar. Probably should be 2-0. We are seeing the highlight from the goal kick as well. Williams runs forward, finds Friedel, and Cham back to Friedel again. Now Jack Wilshere dropping slightly deeper than I want him to, really. Williams again with the ball. Runs, and Cham in the centre circle. Dinks it over for Obafemi, and he can use his pace. And Michael Obafemi really should have scored. Johnson stops it. It's going to go off for a corner instead. Pacey strikers are something that I've noticed seem to do well. Having a really fast and explosive striker is a good little bit of game meta, I think. It's a header clear from Kipre. It's going to be Jack Wilshere to collect this. Is it carrying on? Manning, the corner taker, on the opposite flank, finds Ethan Laird, crosses it in, doesn't find anybody, and Cham, keep this alive, buddy. Wrong way, that's not keeping it alive. And there it is then, the first defeat on camera of the season. Defensively, actually pretty solid, which is weird. One shot on target, and it was that Michael Obafemi chance right at the end of the game. How do we get shots on target? So that defeat leaves us 10th place in the table, and if we actually look at the season preview, we were expected to finish 5th? Genuinely thought we were going to finish 5th. I think Swansea did get to the playoff final last season, so arguably 10th isn't particularly great. 5th seems a little bit too steep for my liking. Right, I'm going to build a new formation, and by build, out of the box, we're going to have ourselves a direct counter-attack formation, because having the fast strikers in Michael Obafemi, at the very least, Michael Obafemi is our only fast striker, will hopefully mean that we can kind of get these nice quick counter-attacks, soak up a lot of pressure, which hopefully we're able to do. We've got a very good set of defenders, and then we just quickly counter-attack. Do we look at doing the 4-3-3 DM wide with an anchor man sitting in front of the defence? I think this could be the one, you know. And then, or do we just go for basic 4-4-2? We could go basic 4-4-2, you know. Hear me out. 4-4-2 direct counter-attack. Ethan Laird as a right winger on support. We can hopefully training him up to do that position. So we'll go winger on support. He's hopefully got the right numbers. He does have the right numbers. He'll be fine as a right winger, okay? Don't question me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to pretend I know what I'm doing. Another reason for putting Ethan Laird as a right winger, it means we can give Carl Norton some time, and Carl Norton is actually pretty good. Worrell, Bennett and Friedel will probably be our back four. Friedel is technically our best left back, even though he's arguably more of a centre back, but he's actually pretty quick. So I'm okay with him being a left back. We've also got Wilshere, Downs and Cham and Laird as our midfield. Downs is probably the only questionable player in there. Not questionable as in I don't trust him, but he can also be, it could be Fulton, it can be Walsh, it could be Benton, it could even be Corey Smith. And we're going to go for a little and large strike partnership of 5'7" at Michael Obafemi with his 17 acceleration and 17 pace. And then, what is he, 6'1"? 6'1" Joel Perreault, who's hopefully just going to hold up the ball and then set up Michael Obafemi. That's the plan. But you're going to have to wait until next episode to see whether this actually works. I'm going to play a couple of matches off camera now. We're probably going to play Birmingham, Peterborough and Coventry, and we'll come back for Bournemouth and Blackpool, I think. That's what we'll do. So I'm going to play 3 matches off camera. Hopefully, our direct counter-attack can prove to be good. Maybe against Birmingham, we'll give it a go there. Thanks for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember to hit the like, subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, stick your comments down in the comment section below. And I'll be back next time with more Football Manager.